It's EduTalk Africa and I'm Educator Abby. Welcome back to EduTalk Africa. Last week we talked about Finland educational system in comparison with Nigeria own. We're trying to check out what we can learn from them, what they can learn from us. Since it's one of the best educational systems in the world, how are they doing it? You have to go back to that video to check. This is a part 2 of the video. What are we going to be talking about today? We're going to be talking about how their system works over there. That is, who is teaching, how do they get to recruit those that are teaching, and why do students in Finland choose the educational system so much? Buckle up. Do you know that in Finland, getting a teaching job, it's more like winning a lottery? Why is that so? Before you get a teaching job in Finland, you have to have gone to school for at least 5 years. You have to have a master's degree, and you should have been trained to become a teacher. Whereas that is not the case here in Nigeria. In Nigeria, many schools just appoint anybody to become teachers, to teach their children, the students, without having the right training to become a teacher. Check it out. And what happens with this kind of thing in Finland? Teachers are treated as royalty, unlike the way teachers behave here in Nigeria. And most people take it as a fallback job, or in case I try every other thing and it doesn't work, then I'm going to try teaching. Now let's talk tests. Finnish students write a standardized test at age 16. That is the only test they write. They don't have to memorize, to cram and read for tests every time. Why? They don't do that in their system. What do they do instead? They do collaborative projects, they do research work, they do projects, they do community building art, different things like that, instead of standardized tests. When we look at Nigeria on the other hand, mock exam, midterm test, open test, quiz, different kind of tests like that. And at the end of everything, students just go to school because they have to read and pass to earn a degree. So what does this mean? The educational system turned to a factory that produces robots, and robots cannot be creative thinkers. So that is what we're not doing well, and that is what the Finnish people are doing well when it comes to the educational system. What else are Finnish people doing very well? When it comes to how they teach, students determine what they want to learn and how they want to learn it. You are actively involved in your learning process. In Nigeria, it is not like that. The teacher writes on the board, you copy, end of the story. They explain, they give you slide, they give you PDF, end of the story. Go read it and do what you're supposed to do. But in Finland, it is not like that. And according to its saying, it says that when you trust people, it makes them responsible. But once you micromanage them, it's going to take a while for them to learn how to fly. What am I trying to say? We can look into this. Okay, the student learning approach has been introduced by Pi Scholaring, but has it been implemented? In most schools, they are still not using that method to teach. It has to be a student-centric approach of learning, not teaching from different approach where the students do not even feel involved in what you're doing. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to advocate for the implementation of the student learning approach of learning in Nigerian educational system. So that is going to help us to produce creative thinkers, people that are responsible, people that want to do big things with their life. Why? They've been trusted and they are responsible enough to carry out project that is going to help the country and themselves. Now let's talk about funding. In Finland, 6% of their GDP goes to education. That way, most of their schools look like tech startups. But here in Nigeria, some schools, in fact most schools, public schools, are still lacking desks. They're still lacking desks. Some of them don't have labs. Some of them don't have conducive atmosphere, environment for learning. What am I trying to say? You can't polish a rotten floor. It's either you invest or you regret. So we have to invest more into the educational sector. But we need to refurbish it entirely. Which part of this do you think should be changed first? Which part of the educational system in Nigeria do you think change should happen first? Drop it in the comment section. And I remain Educator Abby with Publishing Lives Through Knowledge. I'll meet you in another exciting episode of EduTalk Africa. Stay revived.